Hello and welcome along to the second quarter-final of the day. It's Australia versus Germany. We're coming at you from Tucumán in Argentina, where the temperatures are raging hot, 38 degrees out there in the shade. That's in the technical officials' dugout, just in front of where the players are lining up now, about to come out on the pitch. And that means that the game will be split up into quarters. So 4 17.5-minute quarters. And one place available in the semi-finals. Who's going to join the Netherlands? The Netherlands having won their quarter-final, beating New Zealand by 1-0 just before this game. Next up, it's Germany away to our left-hand side, Australia away to our right for that second place in the semis to be played on Saturday. So both sides stride out onto the pitch. Australia will be favourites for this game, having finished top of their pool. We'll get into all the stats and facts about both sides after the national anthems. Germans visibly up for this one, having had a pretty horrible time of it the last week or so, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well, with at least 12 players going down with a tummy bug in the week. They look like they're back to full strength now. Australia have had a few similar issues in their camp, but they have to put that all to the back of their mind now. And here's how Australia line up with Lynch in goal, Eastham, Schultz, Flanagan, McMahon, Blythe, Bone, White, Parker, Messent and Smith, all starting for Australia, who are unbeaten in the tournament so far with 2 wins and a draw. Wins against China and New Zealand, and drawing against the host nation, Argentina. There's Adam Commins, bronze medalist from Sydney 2000, coaching the Hockeyroos these days. And in this quarter-final, Australia's opponents are Germany, and here's how they line up. Vogel in goal. Bachmann back in the side after being out through illness. Piper, Hoffmann, Otter, Kruger, Hawker, Muller-Weiland, Muller, Oldhaffer and Jacobi all start under their coach, Jamie Mulders. So Germany haven't won a game yet, just the one draw for them in the tournament against Korea. Our umpires for the day, Amy Hasek and Vaneka Alkamada of the Netherlands. Fives go around the Australia camp, and Rachel Lynch makes her way to the Aussie goal, away to our left-hand side. Australia in the all gold or yellow colours, playing from left to right. And they get us underway. First half of this quarter-final, Australia versus Germany, the second quarter-final of the day. Quarter-final just before this, the Netherlands beating New Zealand, but only just by a 1-0, meaning the Netherlands go through to the semi-finals. Our other quarter-finals of the day see England play China and Argentina, the hosts, against Korea. Flanagan loses out there, and the Germans allowed to come forward for the first time in the game into the 23. It's going to be the team that starts the strongest here that's going to take control. As we said, baking conditions out there, and if one side can get up in these early exchanges, this first 10-15 minutes, so vital. Aerial ball comes in from Flanagan, taken at head height by Piper, and above the shoulder, which is absolutely allowed here, as a mistrap at Muller-Weiland at the back almost allowed Smith in. Emily Smith at the back there. Parker, who has a goal in the tournament already, can't ride those tackles. Alongside me, watching all the quarter-final action, is Nikki Simmons of Ireland, and she's been here throughout the tournament. Been there as a player and knows exactly what it's like to play in these sort of conditions. But this a crunch match, Nikki, between these two sides in this quarter-final.
Absolutely critical game for both sides. You don't need to tell the Germans that they haven't been playing well. It shows in the results and in the games we've seen so far. They're absolutely up for this game. They're pushing high already. They're sort of a three-quarter press, but pushing up Tina Bachmann already at the start, and they already won a couple of passes there. But Australia, informed team still for me. It's going to be a hard task for Germany.
We'll keep our finger on the pulse every step of the way. 33 minutes left to play in the first half. As we mentioned pre-match, the game will be split up into quarters because of the temperatures out there. So 4 17.5-minute quarters to be played. This is Bachmann, back from illness. One of the 12 players that have gone down for Germany over the last week or so. Muller-Weiland was on that list as well. She's in possession and back in form here today. Just Eileen Hoffmann, we're hearing, that still feeling a little bit dodgy. Australia try and push out. Muller with the ball in, takes a deflection from Hoffmann just outside the D, carries it over the baseline for the restart. There's that little deflection. Again, route one ball seems to be the option that time. Vogel comes left-footed. Clears it, but only as far as the sideline hit. Bone with the ball down the line to Nelson. Chips over the stick and goes for the run. Keeps driving the baseline. Good tackle from Muller-Weiland. Getting away from her player. Jacobi in possession. Now in field through Muller. That was the pass, but couldn't thread it through. Claire Messon getting her body and stick in the way. This is Muller though, reverse stick this time, goes aerial band towards Lynch, dangerously into the D.
Muller did really well there. I'm not sure she chose the right option. She had Jacobi beside her. She probably could have laid it off to her.
There's another look back at that reverse stick, shot into the D.
Yeah, I'm not even sure it would have gone through if it would have been flat. I think there was too many Aussies in the way.
Paper, these two sides relatively easily matched and evenly matched. No goals as yet in this first half inside the first 5 minutes as Australia 0, Germany 0. Australia have just gone ahead of Germany in the world rankings. Australia heading up to 5th and now Germany in 6th place. So expect this one to go to the wire. Germany may have saved their best hockey to the important stage of the tournament. Adam Commins talking in the week about the tournament starting here for the Hockeyroos. Those first 3 games, just warm-up games really, in the pool stages. And remember, Australia unbeaten in the tournament so far. Draw on their first game against Argentina and then wins, convincing wins too, against China and New Zealand, both 5-1 victories. That's got to install a certain sense of confidence, hasn't it, Nikki?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're becoming a bit more confident than the Germans, having not won, or they've just drawn 1 game in this tournament so far. But even in the years, well, I mean, Germany have had a good year as well, so they're looking for a good performance today. Australia, I just think they've got a little bit more pace, a bit more fitness at the moment. I think they might be the first to score.
Good, stick your neck out there. Let's see if that happens. Australian fans tuned in back at home as well, enjoying this one. Where are you watching it? Let us know on Twitter at FIH_hockey. Feel free to have a little punt on what you think the scoreline might be as well. 11 goals in the tournament for Australia so far, but they're on the back foot here against Germany. Free hit was won by Otter. All about who the best team is on the day really today, and as you mentioned and alluded to, Germany having a good year, having won the Tri-Finance Euro Hockey Nations Championship in the summer. Slightly younger squad out here from the one that won that tournament, but still one that's going to put up a fight. Parker now with some space. She's got Peris ahead of her. Look to go cross field to try and find Nelson. Ball doesn't find a way through.
And Nelson was finding herself in a lot of space there. If it got to her, I think she would have been clean into the circle.
Schultz and Blythe, fresh legs for Australia coming on. As far as substitutions go as well, Nikki, important that the teams keep rolling their players and that they're getting the ample break that they need out there today.
Yeah, especially in this type of weather, you need to be passing, change even more, but they do it in normal time, anyway, normal weather. Here's
Blythe with the shot that's blocked by Backman, heads up into the stand and off into the distance. Closed the shot down well, Tina Backman. Australia's first real shot on target in the game. Germany push. Frank almost getting to it and cutting that ball off, which does find Johnson. Slapped in towards goal. Came up off the defender's stick, Anders. Pushing the back there from Blythe.
Australia sticking to their usual, keeping the ball wide. They like to spread the pitch, give themselves a bit more space.
Coach Mulders there of the Germany hockey team will be happy just to have all his players back and up for selection for this game. Muller comes forward confidently. Little jab tackle in there from Johnson and well back by Attard. Blythe playing the nice 1-2 with her. Attard again with the ball forward. This time it finds Nelson. Pops in an aerial behind Muller-Violend, who thinks about touching it but doesn't need to. Goes behind for the 16-yard hit. Deep into their own territory here, though, Germany. Can they find a way? Bachmann can through Jacobi.
Such a calm player on the ball. I don't think much phases her. I think she'll find a way out, no matter what's happening.
Muller almost finds a pass through to Stappenhorst, who's the lone striker at the moment. As Mavers on the other side.
I think Germany, to me, looks like they're concentrating on restricting Australia's options. They're marking tightly up there. You can see Tina Bachmann and Madonna Blythe.
Foul in the midfield goes Germany's way. Just tuning in, 10 minutes gone of the first half. Australia 0, Germany 0. Only clear-cut chance of the half really for Madonna Blythe, the Australian captain. Tina Bachmann getting a bit of a stick on it and deflecting it wide. Here is Bachmann now into the midfield. Good ball pace to this game, much higher tempo to the one that we saw played out between the Netherlands and New Zealand just before this. Netherlands winning that game by 1-0. And here come Germany now, looking to take the lead themselves. Little pop and run here, and the shot squeezed off. Deflection goes in, and Germany take the lead with their first real attacking play of the game. Germany up against Australia here by 1-0. Good individual skill from Stockel. Got the shot away to that far post, and Hoffmann comes flying in for the deflection to add the opening goal. A second of the tournament for Eileen Hoffmann, and an important goal in this quarter-final between these two sides. Germany lead.
Yeah, Hoffmann just out-muscling the defender there. I'm sure that won't be pretty watching that later on video.
Well, we mentioned before this game just how important it was to get a flying start to this game. We thought Australia might come out of the traps, but Germany, against the run of form, up here against the Oceania Cup Continental Champions.
Again, this format showing that it's about the quarterfinals. It doesn't matter how you do in the pool game. Everyone gets to the quarters. It's about how you play on the day.
And Germany certainly playing some of their best hockey. Good tackle. Great defense from Johnson. Long way to go in this game. Australia won't be panicked just yet. Unbeaten in the tournament, remember. Easton goes over there to try and get the ball back for Australia. They do get it back, and here's McMahon. Johnson, forward to Nelson. Hoffmann, the goal scorer. Oldhaffer just ahead of her. Almost. Intention was good. Parker and Peris come on as fresh legs for Australia up front. Flanagan is also back on the pitch. Here she is now in possession. The FIH Young Player of the Year in 2012. Ball forward, great ball to Messent. First touch took it away from her and onto the defensive stick of Cecile Piper.
I was unlucky when Messent, she found herself just in that gap we were talking about earlier, in between the lines of the German defence. And if she'd received that, she would have been causing a bit of trouble.
Foul drawn. German player thought it was her ball, Kruger, but Australia forcing the foul and getting the turnover of possession.
Doing what they do best there, just surrounding the ball, not giving the player on the ball any chance of getting out.
First stick shot comes in towards Parker. And a little lift there in front of the keeper. Bachmann there to tidy up. Better from Commons' side. Got to keep putting pressure in and around the D. Remember, we'll have a break at 17.5 minutes, so Germany looking just to get to the end of that first quarter. Chance there, came into the D. Backman, no mistake from her. Deflection taking it well wide of her keeper. Long corner. Smith this time with the drive, earns the free hit. Bone can't find a way through. Might opt to come all the way out, she does. Acres of room on this side. Schultz to Flanagan. Uncharacteristic mistake from her there. First sign of a few tired legs, tired heads. Pressure on here from Australia, full press. Parker in there jabbing away, Peris there too, as well as Smith. They've done enough to get the ball back inside the 23. Can they get it into the D, and can they give themselves a chance of getting an equaliser here before the end of the quarter? Falls to Parker, and there was the foot. No advantage from it, penalty corner, and just at the right time. Earned by Georgie Parker, and Australia with the first penalty corner of the game.
You can't quite see it there, but it was well played by Parker. She received that ball excellently at the top of the circle, just put it on her foot.
There it is, doing the basics, putting it on Muller-Weiland's foot. No advantage from the bobble up towards Eastham, and Eastham now jogging over to the injection spot. Schultz and Flanagan at the head of the D. They trail by a 1-0 Australia to Germany. It's the best chance of the half then for them to get back into it. Ejection is solid. There's an early break, was there, I think, from the Germany number 23 Mavers.
This new way of pushing out is making it difficult for the first runners, because we were talking about it the other day, and it's two movements, so you're waiting for that last movement, and if they're taking a few steps beforehand, you're almost going too soon.
Oh, Andersch comes back to take up a defensive role. Germany with just 3 outfield players in the goal now, beside Barbara Vogel. Advantage Australia. Flanagan's just got to pick her spot. Schultz there as well, we know is dangerous.
Their feet aren't behind the line.
They are now. And the ball comes in. It's going to be Schultz from the head of the D. A touch from the keeper, taking it for a long corner. Great save from Vogel. Important save. They were down a defender. And there's 20 seconds until the end of the first quarter. Australia 0, Germany 1. Goal coming in through Eileen Hoffman, tipping in a deflection after Leah Stockel had made her way through, set up the shooting opportunity, and Hoffman putting Germany ahead. Stappenhorst just needs to hold on to it here. She does, and that is the end of the first quarter. So going in for shade and drinks. Australia trot off the quicker of the two sides. Germany up, though, at the end of the first quarter. They lead Australia here by a 0-0. So all the concluding game action coming your way. In the meantime, the players will trot off for some refreshments. Let's have a look back at some of the highlights, and we'll finish with that last penalty corner of the quarter. Yeah, low save from Barbara Vogel, essential there to keep her side up at the end of the quarter. Watched it all the way, saw her rise following it onto the stick there. Takes the fives from Jacobi, keeps a clean sheet. At the other end, Eileen Hoffman doing the damage, scoring on 10 minutes to give Germany the lead. Germany the happier of the two sides, Nikki, at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I think so. They've definitely been doing their homework. I think the way they're pressing seems to be working. Australia aren't getting the open play that they've had in the last few games. So definitely they've done a lot of hours on video, figuring out which is the best way, and it's definitely working for them. Australia are going to have to mix it up a little bit, perhaps throw a bit more forward, and so they can play the normal open game they love playing.
Commons, we can just hear there, just trying to get a little bit more hustle from his players in this second quarter. Germany can be very happy with their efforts, catching Australia on the counter-attack for their goal. Ice jacket even going on there for Hoffman, the goal scorer. It comes off now, and Australia the first of the two sides to get out there and set ready for this second quarter. The reason we're having this break and the reason we're having quarters is because the temperature is above 36 degrees out there in the shade. Got to be into the high 30s out there in the sun, if not the low 40s. Australia to get the second quarter underway then. They trail here by a 1-0. Eileen Hoffman, the difference between the two sides, opening the scoring on 10 minutes. Little deflection goal in front of Rachel Lynch. And that's where we are with 17.5 minutes to play of this first half. Both sides with their video referral intact. Neither side using it in this first half. No need to, really. Germany singing at about a half-court press. Advantage played there by the umpire. Jacobi eventually fouled. Goes for the aerial up into Messent's face. She gets enough behind it. Ball in field to Attard. Across the 23 now, one in behind for Vogel to take care of. Only as far as Messent though, onto the foot. And Australia have the free hit on the dotted line. Ball must travel 5 meters before it goes into the D. Flanagan over the ball. Can go in towards goal now if they want. And there's the deflection, no, just in front of the keeper. Otter doing some good defence to keep Kelly White at bay there. He's looking for that deflection far post.
Yeah, I think so. Just wasn't quite on target. You can tell by the noises that the Germans are really up for this. They're talking to each other. Communication is really good. Even when the balls are coming in, you can hear them calling the inside ball, which is the most dangerous ball for the defence.
Germany, we know, as a team, very disciplined in defence. They've conceded a lot of goals in this tournament, though, maybe saving their best defensive performance till the quarterfinals, and you can't blame them.
I think they've just had a different team to what they've been used to, so it's probably took a few games to get used to each other. Younger players as well, listening to the other players.
Here's Muller, one of the more experienced. Can she get the reverse stick shot off? She can, but it's high and it's across the face of goal. And dangerous too. 15 minutes left to play in the first half. Another look at this chance, which fell to Muller. She was just looking to pull it back along the ground. Lynch just making sure by tipping it away, but it was a dangerous ball in. Australia with the restart. Flanagan into Attard. Teschke lays it off to Jacobi. Muller ahead of her. Oldhaffer there too. Great composure from Kruger there to pull it away from danger. Good footwork, opened up her body, played it back through Muller-Weiland. Now Jacobi forward to Teschke. First touch takes it away from her. Apply crossfield, stick on it, a German stick. Still falls to Attard with support outside in the form of Nelson. Nelson's ball cut off. If you're just tuning in, Australia trail here by a 0 to Germany. Germany going ahead on 10 minutes through Eileen Hoffman. Muller-Weiland now brings it out of defence for Germany, playing from right to left on your screens. Paris gives chase. Jacobi back to it first though for Germany.
Australia need to try and get out of the other side from here. I think there's a lot just forcing it down one channel.
Crossfield aerial was intended for Smith, but it was cut off. Yeah, no rush here from Germany, just keen to keep possession, and will look to get to half-time, 12 minutes away, with that 1-goal advantage still in their favour. Backman now, aerial ball forward, looking for Stockel, can't find it. Stockel, who got the assist for that goal for Eileen Hoffman that separates the two sides. Schultz, good strength, carries the tackle, carries 2 tackles, and still keeps going. Smith now, pops one in, goal bound.
Germany seem to be struggling a bit, a few players asking to come off. I don't know whether that's their sickness creeping in again.
Yeah, it's Katharina Otter that is keen to get off. Kruger waiting to come back on for her for Germany. And the Ireland wins that one-on-one battle. Just a few of the basics missing at the moment. That was Stockel with the miss-hit, was looking to open up the right-hand flank. That heat certainly will be taking its toll out there. It's only going to get hotter. Midday here now in Argentina. 38 degrees at the beginning of the match in the shade. Into the low 40s out there in the direct sunshine. Watched all the way by Muller. Bone follows up and wins the free hit. He's moved it 5 meters now, so can hit it into the D. Jacobi has to watch her feet there. Peris scrambling for it and wins the penalty corner. A second of the game for Australia. On target with their first and forcing a save from Vogel. Another chance to equalise here.
Typical Australia play there, get it out wide and crash it in. They like to do that a lot. Their forwards are excellent at picking it up in there and just winning a corner.
Here's how it came about. Peris there, the number 17 for Australia, popping onto the shin pad of the defender. And Australia have their second corner of the day. Wish it was 7. Just under 10 minutes remaining then. Australia behind here. Flick on target by Schultz. And parried back off the keeper. Score stays the same. Now Germany on the counter-attack with Teschke. Too good a first touch, if anything. Bobbled off a stick. And there were 3 German defenders there. Whilst we have a look at that replay there of the short corner. But Germany up the attacking half again. Kruger. Kobe dumps it off to Muller-Weiland.
Well read by Madonna Blythe there. Saw that coming all the way. Setting up an attack for Australia.
Yeah, Germany down to 10 players as well by my counting. Didn't actually see the foul. But yeah, only 10 on the pitch for Germany as things stand. So someone in the sin bin. It's gone out of play. Piper can't keep it in. Crunched in by Blythe. Met at the head of the D by Kruger, and this is Piper. Germany quite happy to keep possession and run time down off the clock. Piper tries to go to air, goes out, sideline ball. Flanagan, first time we've seen her stretch her legs and go for it. Breaks one tackle, and almost breaks herself in the process. Here's another look at that. There's a tackle onto the foot of Flanagan. Stockel, provider of the first goal for Germany. tries to feed Hawker, can't get past Schultz. Australia with the crunch ball upfield into the 23-metre zone, and will they push here? Yes, they will. Full press from Australia, going in search of that equaliser. They've got 4 players up and around the ball inside the 23-metre line. Bachmann comes back, crossfield aerial, nowhere near its target, which is Anders over there on the right. Pushes the attacking play down Australia's left channel, infield. This is Messent into the D, looking for the foot. Teschke gathers it for Germany. Oldhaffer now. So she might think about crunching that upfield and just relieving a bit of the pressure. She's run it onto an Australian stick though, and Attard now for the Aussies.
In that situation, you want the player to either win a free or, yeah, like you said, get it out of there, not run straight into a defender.
Yeah, Germany just need to relieve the pressure here. Australia looking to build momentum as they try and get something from that ball into the D. Nothing though. Germans guarding their feet well. Hoffmann, the goal scorer, back doing some defensive duties now before trotting on upfield. Jacobi and Muller back on for Germany. Deep in their own territory. Bachmann comes forward, finds Muller. Ball, floaty ball infield to Jacobi, finds Oldhaffer, one-on-one at the back here with Bone. Bone's going to be the first to get to it and wins the free hit. Bone with the restart then, crossfield, finds Jenner. Back through Jenner, Flanagan and Attard in front of her. Finds Attard, one touch through. Bobbly one for Piper to contend with. Good skills. Very calm from the German defender. Piper just 19 years of age. Coming into this tournament, only had 3 caps. She's now up to 6. She's doubled that here. Playing very confidently.
Yeah, very impressed by Piper. She's very confident, especially in this game, especially when Australia are known to put in so much pressure. It's really good to see.
And Bachmann there using all her experience to run at least another 30-45 seconds off the clock as she hesitated to take that free hit. And that's all Germany going to do here, bleed the time away. 1-0 at half-time, they would see that as a very good result. Only half a job done, of course, but certainly everyone writing Germany off. Well, not everyone, but some people writing Germany off coming into this game. Having not won a game, just that one draw against Korea, the only point they picked up in the pool stages. And now we're down into the quarterfinals. It's crunch time.
Yeah, sometimes the most dangerous teams are the ones that are down. They have something to prove, and the teams who've been winning are maybe a little bit complacent.
Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Jamie Mulder's side up by a goal to 0. Attard has dropped a little bit deeper. There's McMahon now, who's moved over to the right, thinking about going back to Attard, but goes aerial instead.
I think there's too big of a gap there between the Australian forwards and the midfield. They're just not linking up at all.
Good interchange of short passes this from Germany. Schultz puts in the tackle though. Comes off the German as well, bonus. And it's Flanagan. Again, Australia persisting down this right channel. Slap back into the midfield by Flanagan. Schultz now, diagonal ball in, bobbles off a German stick, long corner. Final push in this first half for Australia then, trying to dig out an equaliser. White gives way to Flanagan. Backman again, so useful to have that aerial in the armoury as Bone goes up, clears it away from her face, but only as far as a sideline ball. Quick restart by the Germans. Kobe thinks about coming left instead, wins the free hit, nothing ahead of her. Germany quite content to come back into their own half. Backman now picks it up. Run down by White. Teshka. Crossfield ball again. Gets a bit of a stick on it from Claxton. Tackle again from Schultz at the back. Long corner. You can hear the Australian defence calling each other around, blocking that line to goal. Just Ashley Nelson up front for Australia at the moment, lone striker, floating around the halfway line. Bobble off the stick there from Mull of Ireland. Australia have it, a chance to counter-attack here. Now they throw numbers forward. Australia playing it through then. A lovely ball to Attard. Overlapping run from Bone. She's going to get into the D. Can she get a strike in? She can. And a corner given. Came off Muller. Directly playing it off. It's going to come down to the umpire's opinion there. There's another look at it in the slow motion replay. There was a foot in there as well, but it's been given for deliberately being played off the pitch.
Well, it is the rule, so I think that the umpire entitled to give a quarter for that.
No, I am sure. Hold on, Amy.
Yeah, not one you want to refer when it comes down to an umpire's decision, does it? Because it's totally her take on the situation.
Yeah, it's not like a foot or a stick tackle as such. It's and that is the rule. If you knock it off the end line on purpose, which Muller did, it's a corner. You don't want to lose your referral for that.
Third penalty corner of the game for Australia. 15 seconds until the half-time whistle. No better time to get an equaliser with Schultz and Flanagan at the head of the D. It's going to be Flanagan this time with the low flick. And the follow-up. Double save from Vogel. Again, Vogel back to her feet. Now she scrambles for it, teams up with Jacobi. And Germany keep a clean sheet until half-time. More importantly, they've got a goal too, through Eileen Hoffman, and they lead by a goal to nil. Here's a little look at the replay. Flanagan with the shot. Vogel slightly on the back foot. The follow-up slapped into the keeper when she was down. Possibly could have lifted it over, is the only small criticism you can make here. Ashley Nelson there, first to react to the ball, but then Germany clearing their lines and go in at half-time, a goal up. So, quick chat with the coach. Flanagan and Commons will have more of a chat in the dugout and in the shade and in the cool dressing rooms here in Tucumán in Argentina. A baking hot day, over 40 degrees out there now in the center of the pitch, and a much needed break for all of us. At half-time, Australia 0, Germany 1. Half-time here between Australia and Germany in the second quarter-final of the day, and Germany lead Australia by 1-0. That goal coming in from Eileen Hoffmann on 10 minutes. Water just going onto the pitch, hotter than the sun out there, and players still in the changing room, taking cover in the shade. In the meantime, though, we can bring you some half-time highlights if you missed anything from the first half. This was Germany's attack coming forward through Leah Stockel, and getting that shot goal-bound. Diving towards it was her teammate Eileen Hoffmann. You'll see it better from this angle. Stockel with the push. There was the tip-in on that far post as we look at it here. Hoffmann the quickest to get to it, getting in front of her defender and getting it past Lynch in the Aussie goal. Australia came close with that effort. A flick from Schultz, forcing a low save from Vogel. And they had a few penalty corners in that first half, 3 in total, coming closest with that one. This was the one right on the hooter, came back to Nelson. Again, Vogel quick enough to get up to it, and again teaming up with a defence here to make sure that Germany go in with no goals conceded in the first half. Nelson there just in front of her, possibly could have just got a little lift on it. As things stand, though, Australia trail to the European champions. Only 1 goal in it. That enough to carry Germany through to the semi-final stages, though. Possession fairly evenly matched. Australia have had the better of the penalty corners in that first half. Converting none from 3, though. 6 circle penetrations in total. Germany on target with their one and only shot. And just the 1 card in the game as well for Germany. A little 2-minute sim bin about halfway through that first half. So the half to come, the second half, all that action will be split into 2 quarters, though. So another break after 17.5 minutes for the players, as we're above the 36 centigrade temperature, and you can see the locals there just hiding and taking shade under their umbrellas. Alongside me in the commentary box is Nikki Simmons of Ireland, and you're quite active on the social media front, aren't you? And we can get involved in a number of ways here in the tournament, which is great. Some behind-the-scenes films with yourself, and obviously Twitter as well. Yeah, it's great, and I think the FIH are definitely pushing forward on that, and they want more people to follow us on facebook.com. What is it? FIH Hockey. That's the one. Yeah, a little / in there in between for your videos, your photos, and your tweets as well. Welcome at FIH_hockey. How are you enjoying the tournament so far? First time it's ever been played out, the Hockey World League final. And we're here in Argentina, where it's ripping hot. And we're building up towards 2 more quarterfinals throughout the day. England in action against China, 6:30. So after the midday heat, you could argue they're right in the middle of the midday heat right now, 12:30 local time. And Argentina, the hosts, get to play still in muggy conditions, but way cooler at 9 o'clock at night against Korea in their quarter-final. How big a part does that play when these sides are playing, Nikki?
Yeah, I think it's a huge difference. In Germany have been unfortunate to have all their games at 11:30, so they struggled a little bit, but they seem to be doing well today. Yeah, it's totally different, though. We saw the games the other night. It's way cooler by 9 o'clock this evening. So, yeah, I mean, it makes it easier for those teams playing later.
Germany away to our left-hand side in the all-black. I'm not sure how nice it is playing in all-black out there around the 40-degree mark. Australia may be a bit more comfortable playing in those conditions, used to those sort of temperatures down in their part of the world this time of year. And equally hot here in Tucumán in Argentina as our match officials, ball boys and ball girls, take their place. Both the sides are out there and ready, have been for a couple of minutes or so. Backman having a few final words, trying to rustle up an extra push for the Germans here, who lead Australia by 1-0. We're going to need a totally different performance from Australia here in the second half if they're to get back into this game. An equaliser, the first port of call. First of all, they've got to get the ball back from the Germans. So Germany to get us started in the second half. Hoffmann, the goal scorer, back to Kruger, and Backman now with an early aerial ball for Johnson to contend with. comfortably taken down and back up front now with Parker. Australia, who trail by a goal to nil. Eileen Hoffmann putting Germany ahead on 10 minutes. Good rapid start from Blythe and the girls in the first half, but couldn't score a goal.
No, I think Adam Commons probably changed it up a little bit. Germany had their press spot on in the first half, so hopefully you'll see a little bit of a change in Australia, the way they're playing, because they're going to have to do something.
They're going to have to be more aggressive for sure. They're going to have to set up ample more scoring opportunities as well. 3 penalty corners in the first half, none from 3, unfortunately for Australia. It did force a good save from Barbara Vogel, though, from one of those penalty corners. Here is Hoffmann, the goal scorer. Cuts it back to the head of the D. There's space here, free shot! Now Flanagan back there to take it in front of the keeper. Not the best shot. Really should have got more power behind that, because she had an age, an eternity to get that shot off the German attacker. Free hit just outside the D. Dangerous times for Australia now on the back foot with some defending to do. Muller crunches that one in. Follow-up goes, and Lynch needs to get a right foot to it. Oldhaffer was there at the far post. She's still there. Can she get a corner? No. This is the foot. Plays in a teammate, though. And second shot comes in. Hoffmann quick to react to it. And Lynch makes a good save there, far post. Well, Germany could easily be 2 ahead here. Numerous opportunities there for Germany to extend their lead.
Yeah, there's a couple of shots there, I think. One shot in particular, okay, this is the other one, but yeah, just wave after wave. They're unlucky not to score here. Just couldn't quite get the touch to it.
Lynch getting to it first and then playing it into Oldhaffer's body. And, well, we didn't see that high ball into Backman, but I think it's hit her in the face whilst we were looking at that. Slow motion replay, never good. See where she's taking, she's staying down, so the physio going onto the pitch, and here's why. Ball hit in. It's into her leg. Goes down. Thought she was holding her face there, so we didn't actually see it in real time, but in the slow motion replay, Backman going down.
Just missed the shin pad, I think. You think it covers a lot, but there's always a space that it seems to hit. I think it's like the goalkeepers, they cover quite a lot, but there always finds the space.
Don't think she'll need the stretcher, they're sending that out there now.
That's right.
Part of me as well, just thinking Backman experienced enough, having taken the hit here from Eastham into the shin pad. And she's just gone down, taken some water on board. She's going to hobble off to get some more medical attention, but it might have hit her just on that exposed bit behind the shin pad. Either way, we hope she makes a speedy recovery and is back on to play out the concluding part of this match between Germany and Australia. It's a match which Germany lead by a goal to nil.
Getting hit there can feel like a dead leg. It takes a while to recover because it's right on the muscle.
Best way to recover from a hit like that?
A load of ice.
Mind some ice up here in the commentary box. 34 degrees up here now, according to our official thermometer, and that's inside the shade, in the breeze, and well out of the sunshine.
Come here, okay? Challenge for the ball, be safe, okay? All right, both of you.
Classic, just having a word with both players there, McMahon and Hoffmann, the 2 number 11s. Oldhaffer comes off as well, and Stappenhorst comes on up front for Germany. Kruger carries the ball out of defence. Interception from Messent. This is Emily Smith now, lays it off for Eastham. Outside of her is Blythe. Ball to Paris was cut out, a bit predictable. Flanagan's in there with a physical challenge. Great strength from Eastham in the midfield, carries it across the 23. Jab tackle from Muller and keeps it in play. And as far as McMahon, who can't get it under control. Travers can, and earns the free hit. Australia don't need to hit the panic button yet. Just one goal they trail by. 31 minutes left to play, and there'll be another refreshments break to contend with the heat here on 17.5 minutes. Muller steps forward. Umpire wants it taken from exactly where the offence took place. Muller crunches it in. Oh, just outside the far post. Navas was the closest to it. Able to crunch the ball in directly because it was outside the 23. Crossfield ball. There's another look at Muller taking it in across the 23. Bobbles.
Got everything behind that ball. I think it was just unfortunate not to get a touch at the end.
Yeah, always tougher when it skips through like that as well. Harder to take it on the half volley. So all 8 teams, the world's top 8 teams in action in the quarterfinals here at the World League Final 2013, including the #1 side in the world and hosts Argentina. Netherlands, the #2 side in the world, already qualified for the semi-finals after beating New Zealand by 1-0. Ludovic Velten scoring the one and only goal in that match just before this. And the Dutch can go and put their feet up now. Job done. Top half of the table. New Zealand down to the bottom half of the table to play out the classification matches. Müller-Weiland now for Germany. Would love to see her side through. Frank takes a little nudge in the back. Mavers now. In the D, and jab tackle was a good one. Well timed by Jenna. Long corner.
Very well timed, and essential tackle there, otherwise they were in the back.
Schultz keeps a calm head, but only as far as Muller. Reverse stick shot comes in. Hits the Australian defender, and what an eye on it, this. If we see this in slow motion from Kirsten Johnson.
Muller's getting herself in trouble here.
Okay, what's your question? Okay. My shot here, back in the phone target. So what's the question? It's a penalty corner for a body. Okay.
Well, she thinks this hit the body of Kirsten Johnson.
Shot on goal and it hit the body. It was like a penalty corner.
I think it did, but in fairness, it was probably a bit dangerous.
An Australia body in the circle for a penalty
Well, if
corner.
it was going goal bound, it goes down as a shot on goal, doesn't it?
Okay.
That's true.
Let's have a look. First of all, was it on target? Yes, it was. But then does it come off the stick or the body of Kirsten Johnson? My initial reaction was that it was off the stick, but we'll only tell from the other angle there. She reacted to it fantastically quickly. But Germany going up to the video referral. There was the shot inside the D, so that's good. On the rise up. You can't see conclusive evidence from that angle, can you? Almost want to see that one head on. Does it hit Johnson's body? Does it hit her stick? There's no clear reason for the umpire to change, then it'll stick with the original decision. Here's another look at it. What do you think, Nikki?
From that angle, it looks like it hit her stick and then onto the German forward. But we only get 2 angles, so it's quite hard for us to see.
And if indeed that is all we have, then that's all the video umpire will be able to make her judgment on as well, who's Annabelle Willocks of Wales, who will relay a message down to Amy Hassick pitch side shortly with a decision.
I think it will be a free hit.
swaying towards the idea that it might be a free hit. But as you say, we'll have numerous angles to look at. Going through all of those now. We've just got a couple to look at. This is all we're basing our judgment on. Definitely comes off a German foot there eventually. But does the ball into Kirsten Johnson come off her body or a stick?
Hi, Amy.
Yes.
I have a decision for you. There is no advice possible. It hits a German foot, so it's a free out.
Yeah.
But they keep their referral.
Referral. Okay.
Okay, because there was no decision possible, they keep their referral. And that'll be explained now to Muller, who put in the question.
There's no advice possible, so you keep your referral, and it's going to be a free hit coming out, okay? Because they can't see it from because there's no advice possible, you can't see, okay? So that's why, okay?
Well, that's the best they can do. Germany asked the question. They don't lose their referral. And I think from our vantage point up here in the commentary box and from the replays we saw, we think the right decision. And Flanagan cuts in field. Carries 2 tackles. Can't get past Backman though, does win the free hit. Australia chasing the game here, trailing by a goal to 0. Germany scoring in the first half, inside the first 10 minutes to take the lead. They've not won a game in the tournament yet, Germany. Lost 2 and drawn 1. And they're playing like a completely different side out there today, saving their best for the quarterfinals. Just warming up in those early pool stages. And Australia, until this point, unbeaten, having won 2 games and drawn 1. Can they keep that unbeaten record by getting a result here today? If the teams draw, then we will go to a penalty shootout. So just under 28 minutes left to play. And remember, the game split up into quarters because of the heat out there. Flanagan taking it into contact, but good persistence from her. Can't find a way through. McMahon back to Flanagan, lovely one-time ball to Bone. Bone drives into the D. Will she look for an outcome? Looks to bring it back. Sticks flying in everywhere. Germany come away with it.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a bit more of that from Australia. They need to start moving. They're not interchanging as much as they have been in the last few games. It's not the same Australia as we've seen in the first 3 games.
What else is missing? Oh. Stick came in, the challenge came in from Parker. And the umpire wanted it taken a little bit wider. Claxton, right to the tackle, into the D. Long corner.
I think a lot of it can be down to really good defence by Germany as well.
Low tackle again. They are defending well this game, Germany. As we said earlier, they conceded 11 goals in the tournament, only scored 3. 4 now with Eileen Hoffmann's addition in this game.
Yeah, you could see straight away from the start of the game they changed their structure. Probably particularly to play against Australia after watching the video.
Good turn from Kruger, and you see Australia trying to get numbers around the ball. She's going to be penalised for that lifted ball. Johnson comes on for Bone and Claxton off for Messent. Attard in the meantime with the ball through. Frank now. Germany with every single player inside the 23. Doesn't leave them many attacking options up front. Instead, we'll just look for the free hit. Turnover of possession. Australia come forward through Blythe, the captain.
There's just always 2 or 3 Germans around. There's no way through. They're going to have to change it up.
There's a little bobbly one. Hadn't gone 5, hadn't travelled 5 before going into the D. Just got 2 balls on the pitch currently at the moment, not for long. Vogel boots that one aside, and we get back under play. Jacobi into Kruger. Eastham hassling hard there. Good sustained pressure this from Australia to keep it up this end. Again, always useful to have that aerial from Backman there to relieve the pressure, which sends Schultz back into her own defensive quarter. Ball to Flanagan wasn't an easy one to pick on the reverse stick, and they had the room to come down the left-hand channel, but Australia, most of their attacks in this game so far have come down the right. Chance here for Hoffman. Stick tackle there, was there from Lynch? No, says the umpire. I think Australia lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. It could have easily been a short corner against Lynch there. I think they just need to start using the other side of the pitch as well. They seem to be, again, persisting down one channel.
Well, Johnson must have heard you. Tries to get it down the left flank, but only as far as Muller-Weiland, who is good there from the back. Strides forward. Oldhaffer taking it into her own body before taking it out into touch. No signs of panic yet from Adam Commins or the Australia bench. 23.5 minutes left to play as we edge ever closer to the end of this quarter. I guess that final quarter is when Australia can afford to push. They just don't want to concede another one here, and they can come out guns blazing in that final quarter.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to, well, they are going to have to, they're one down, so I'm sure Adam Commins has a plan there, and the girls know exactly what to do.
Chance in front of goal, and an equaliser comes about. Right on cue, just when Australia needed it. Australia get their equaliser. It comes through Emily Smith. It's Australia 1, Germany 1. There was the ball through. One touch in front of Vogel, and first time hit from Smith, a third in the tournament for her, off the back foot, squeezes it in, and Australia back in this game.
By this tournament, she's definitely the one you want the ball to land to. She's on form. She scored 3 already this tournament.
Not more important than this one so far in the tournament for Smith. And now we've got a game on our hands. Just seeing there, might actually be Kelly White that got the final touch. That was White there speaking. Here is White now. Good to see another replay of that one if we get the chance. Australia will be happy they're back in this game. Australia 1, Germany 1. And suddenly, a more confident Australia come forward. Blythe now. Bone was outside her. And Australia keeping a high press. Eastham now with the ball that comes in and almost gets another deflection from Paris. Last deflection, though, came from a German stick. Carried it across the baseline, and Australia come again. Well, Germany, after leading for a majority of this game, find themselves level pegging again with Australia. The European champions versus the Oceania Cup Continental champions. Jenner of Australia. To Eastham, gathers it well and strongly. McMahon feeds the right channel, and Nelson. Penalty corner, foot inside the D. A fourth of the game for Australia, a first of this half. And can they take the lead before the end of this quarter?
That's much more like it from Australia, using the whole pitch like they have been throughout the tournament. I don't know what happened earlier in the game, but they've just woken up.
Yeah, lazy start from Australia, but in full flow now.
25 seconds.
There's the ball up into Kruger. And no Schultz on the pitch for Australia, but McMahon up there.
10 seconds. 5.
I go for a variation here. Ejection comes in from Eastham. McMahon not able to even have a strike there because it wasn't stopped or controlled at the head of the D. Some defensive work here for Bone. Thinks she won the free hit. Advantage played. Teshka, square ball to Anders. Frank trying to tuck it under her body, but would have been a heck of a deflection had she.
Yeah, Johnson just using her strength there, just not so like it was really good.
Here's that little bobble just there again. Does seem to be a little bit more bobbly up that end, away to our left-hand side.
Yeah, again for me it's the way that they're pushing it out as well. Just there's a lot more errors that can happen if you're moving before you push it out.
Yeah, that slap injection as opposed to the drag injection, the difference there. Here's Anders. Olive Island off Paris, and will be Germany's ball with Otter. Now keeping his cool, Adam Commons. He's been in many a situation like this as a player back in his day. 143 caps for his country and 20 goals in amongst that time as well. Able to translate and transfer that experience to his players at this highest level.
It's always good when the coach is calm on the sideline, giving good instructions. If they start going a bit crazy, then it tends to go throughout the whole team.
Under 30 seconds left to play in this quarter. Looks as though Australia are going to finish with it in possession. No rush to take the sideline ball with Nelson. Looking for Blythe there. There's the hooter. 3/4 of the way through this game now. And one goal in that last quarter as well for Australia. Coming back into this game, levelling things here. And it means we've got a really exciting conclusion to this quarter-final between Australia and Germany. 3/4 of the way through, it's Australia 1, Germany 1. So again, another short break for some shade, some liquids. And Australia will certainly be the happier of the two camps after that quarter, Nikki.
Yeah, it was an excellent time to score as well. Just coming up to the half, or the break in the half, they'll definitely come out more confident. I think they have the legs on Germany, but I did say Germany or Australia were going to score first, and it didn't happen. So we'll see in the last quarter.
They have scored, and that's all that matters. That's all they really wanted in that quarter. Job done. So 17.5 minutes left to play to decide an outcome, and if both sides are still drawing after full time, then we will go to a penalty shootout. It'll be our first penalty shootout of the tournament. Didn't need a shootout to decide the first match of the day when the Netherlands beat New Zealand by 1-0. Lidovij Velten, the goal scorer in that game between the Netherlands and New Zealand, and the Netherlands through to the semi-finals. Here's the goals of the day so far in match 2, quarter-final 2. Germany went ahead through Eileen Hoffmann after 10 minutes. Great individual run from Leah Stockel to set up that far post tip-in. And then Australia counter-attacked here. Ball through from Messent at the back, earning the penalty corner just there. That deflection leading to a goal. An equalising goal, an important goal. Final quarter gets underway then, with Germany in possession, playing from left to right. Australia having scored in that last quarter and levelling things up here. Australia 1, Germany 1. Under 17.5 minutes left to play. Who is going to be our second semi-finalist? Time will tell. Australia starting where they left off, up the right end, the business end, and looking to get that match-winning goal. Johnson's ball's intercepted. Germany with no attacking options. Yeah, that is the one danger of defending too deep, isn't it, Nikki? That they haven't got any outlets when they do then get possession back, Germany.
Yeah, there's nothing up front, and it makes it very crowded, and you can't even get a pass off. And if it does go into the other half, there's just nobody with you. It's very tiring for the forwards as well.
Here's Oldhaffer. Young legs and a young engine on her, so that German front line will have to work hard if they're to grind out a result here today. Jacobi with the ball crunched in, away from Flanagan's stick, and the danger person in there was Eileen Hoffmann again. Scored one already today for Germany on 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's always sneaking in there around the post looking for touch-ins. True forward.
Sneaky, sneaky. Can only imagine how hard it is for the players out there playing in this mid-afternoon heat. That's the reason that the game has been broken down into quarters. Wouldn't normally for this form of competition, the Hockey World League Finals. First time we've had one. So looking for our inaugural winners as Parker comes forward. Australia would love to have their name on the trophy come Sunday. They've got to get through to the semi-finals first as Parker swivels, tries to get the ball across D, then comes in with a rotten challenge and gives away the free hit.
I think Parker was trying to win a short corner, and you're hearing calls from her midfield behind her as well, but probably could have been a bit more, I don't know, she just tried to cross it instead of putting it actually on the foot.
Muller comes out of defence, but Blythe was back, almost plays a 1-2 with Muller now, with Hoffmann ahead of her. Line to goal is on if she wants to take it herself. She does do, goes around two defenders and keeps it in play. Now it comes across the face of goal, but up into the Australian player. The German player's going down here. It's Oldhaffer. She seems okay. No, she's going to need some medical attention here.
You want to substitute? Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
And she wore that one on the knuckles, on that right hand, just the way she's leaving the pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Muller also showing experience there, getting her to stay down on the ground, because if she jumped up, Australia could have attacked very quickly. And Muller was definitely not in the right position, being up in the circle.
Good ball through from Flanagan. Australia come again, room on the baseline, and numbers over. Tidy defending from Otter, who just walks it away now. Burns the free hit, Germany ball.
Much better play by Australia as well. They're getting back into their usual triangles of players where there's always an option for the person on the ball. They hadn't been doing that for the whole game today.
There's a dangerous ball back. Jacobi goes to air. McMahon with Johnson in support.
Both teams will want to try and use the ball rather than running at the moment as well, especially because it's so hot.
Yeah, Eastham trying to just take one touch on that one towards Flanagan, but sent it in at knee height. 13 minutes remaining then. Australia 1, Germany 1. Are we heading towards our first draw on our first penalty shootout? Certainly makes it exciting for the neutral. No advantage there. Screams and shouts from around the park. Does seem a little bit unfair when it's inside the D. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, I think so, but the rule is really if there's no one around that it's not going to do anything. The only thing would have happened if she hadn't stopped her foot would have been a long corner, so yeah, I would probably get annoyed with that too.
Oh, just coming at it from an Australian perspective there. Foot inside the D, penalty corner.
That is the rule.
Yeah, that's not the rule, but Johnson crossfield. Energy levels not quite dipping yet, but you can see every pass is an effort, is a struggle out there. And then just a few little errors coming in there. That one from McMahon coming up at head height for Eastham. Tough for her to take down and gives Germany possession back. Here is Eastham now. Tracked back all the way by Kruger. Good overlapping run from Bone. Teshka just left her body in and forced the foul. There's a foot there. Gives Bone the free hit on the dotted line. Great tackle. There's Bachmann with the tackle and Germany win it back.
Yeah, I think both those frees there, Bone probably took the wrong options. She tried to hit it in the first time and just tried to run the second time.
Good patient build-up from Germany. They've pushed all their forwards now. Oldhaffer and Hawker up front, playing a lot higher. Can't find it Upton though. Australia can get into the attacking D. Great tackle from Kruger. Kelly White driving into the D, but Kruger, what an important tackle that was.
Absolutely, and crunching tackle, but she got the ball, so there was nothing there.
Muller-Weiland now takes it out for a long corner. Just 10 minutes left to play. Who's going to come out top on this one? Germany started the better of the two sides, getting their noses ahead, and Australia finishing the stronger of the two sides, creating chance after chance. Germany have to hit that one off the end of the pitch to relieve a bit of pressure. Crowd like what they see here. Good save and applause there too for Barbara Vogel. McMahon to Jenner. Bit of cloud cover coming on sporadically around the pitch. Not for long though. This is Bone over the ball for Australia. Goes aerial and into the corner looking for Parker. Picked off by Jacobi. Nice. Enjoy that.
Your new best mate.
And we're going to see, going to see Parker get a green card here. After those keepy uppies from Jacobi. Practicing those yesterday with her in the pool actually, but with a volleyball.
That's why she's so good at it.
I'll take a little bit of credit. I can't possibly. Teshka. Remember, Germany had several players out throughout the week with illness. Finding their form here though now in the quarterfinals. Oldhaffer, just one touch too many. Schultz takes it away for a long corner. There's confirmation of that card for Parker. Georgie Parker, 1 goal in the tournament so far. As Andersch is over the ball for Germany. And Germany go ahead for the second time in this game. Muller plays it back deeper to Muller-Weiland. This is Bachmann. First time ball down the line, finds its target. Oldhaffer peels and gets the free hit. Parker keen to get on, very polite. Bachmann now. Muller-Weiland, better from Germany, patient build-up. Interception from Peris. Finds Attard. Smith ahead of her. Oh, shame. She's been in good form in this tournament. 3 goals in it. Including an important one today. Teschke for Germany. The game's starting to stretch. A little over 7 minutes left to play. Bone goes to air, but it's cut out by Oldhaffer, able to play the ball above shoulder height. Slightly different to some of the domestic rules back home and in some of the other international competitions. It's certainly one the players are taking advantage of now that it is back in.
Yeah, I think it's a great rule, and I think it should stay because it just makes it a bit more interesting. You're able to receive it and block out those long balls, which are causing a lot of problems.
Hoffman there, not able to cause any problems of her own in this second half. Did get the opening goal in the first half, though. 6.5 left to play. There's an awkward one for Jenna to take, and Bone holds ahead on the other side of the pitch. Knew she didn't make that easy for a teammate. Germany take advantage of that, and it's going to fall loose to Hoffman. Plays it square to Muller. Puts it in towards the P spot. Flanagan there wins the free hit. Calm head on the youngster and releases her teammate White. This is Messent. Parker now back on after her 2-minute sin bin. Turns strong, gets the shot off, and follow-up is saved as well by Backman. Swept away by Otter. Bone comes in this time, and that one parried away. So it's all going on out there. Australia creating the chances, and Parker on target with her shot. Forced the save from Vogel. Had a teammate on the far post as well diving in. It's going to be a tense finish to this game. Kruger keeps her cool. Andersch loses the touch and goes for a long corner. This is White. Results in a follow-up long corner. Australia with the restart then. No way through for White. Does win the free hit. Again, tries to put a lift on it, but Muller wise to the threat. Well, options now for Germany. Let's have another look at that Australia chance. Great turn from Parker. There was the shot. You could see the Australian attacker there on her nose. Two of them, in fact, trying to scramble that one home.
Yeah, Barbara Vogel had to get a touch on that, otherwise it gone through. It was a clean open goal at the back.
Yeah, it was Ashley Nelson just popping up on the far post. Mann with the ball forward to Bone. Well, 4 minutes to go, otherwise we're heading towards our first penalty shootout. Can either of these sides finish it in regulation time then? Australia with the better of the chances in the last 10 minutes. Again, Parker comes forward with that assisted touch from Flanagan and goes up for the penalty corner and gets it. She's had an influence on this second half, Georgie Parker. Germany have the video referral if they want to use it. They don't think it came up off the body or the foot.
Yes, that's correct. John, go ahead. Okay, Dino, can you hear me?
Hi, Monica. Yes, I can hear you.
I gave one of our foot. No German trailing hand that's holding the stick. Can you please have a look?
Okay, so I'm looking for a German foot.
Yeah, and the trailing hand. Yeah.
Okay, the Germans saying that came off their hand,
Thank you.
which, if in contact with the stick, is absolutely fine. And we'll have a closer look now in the slow motion replay. Video umpire Annabelle Willocks will have another look at this. Not going to see it at that sort of speed. We'll need to slow it right down. The ball coming back from Parker. Came close with a shot on target moments ago. What's your take on this one, Nikki? Brings it back. tend to agree with the Germans there on that one, just from that angle, but I'd have to have a look at it a couple of times.
It's hard to see.
Monica, I have a decision for you. It hits the hand of the German defender, not the foot. So it's a bully restart, and they retain their referral.
Okay, bully restart.
It's not the foot. That's exclusively. This is the decision I got. It's bully out here.
Well, the Australians just having it explained to them there that it came up off the hand. And Vaneka Alkamada, the Dutch umpire, just relaying that now. It'll be a restart with the bully. Starting to get a little bit hitty out there, Nikki, isn't it? It's nice, good. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, well, both teams clearly want to win this, which they should. And I think as there's only a couple of minutes left, it's going to get like this.
It's now or never for Australia. Blythe comes forward into the D. Here's a good chance. Parker now on the baseline, brings it back, but a solid flat stick from Jacobi in there. And then the final touch coming up off an Aussie stick, and so it'll be a restart, 16-yard hit. And Muller-Weiland just taking her time here. She's got Muller away to her left. Backman over in that left-hand side as well. And if they can give her a bit of space to thump it up the other end of the field, they will do. Muller confidently walks it out of defence, and now Germany have some space. Not too many attacking options there as Flanagan comes to keep it in play.
Everyone getting a little bit anxious here, I think.
Yeah, a little bit shirty out there, why not? As you said, everything to play for. The Hockey World League title up for grabs. And neither side giving up the ghost here and pushing each other every step of the way. We're inside the final 2 minutes. It's Australia 1, Germany 1. Germany went ahead in the first half. Australia pulling level in the second. And this one looks as though it's heading towards a penalty shootout. Then it does get a little bit fruity. Tackle from Eastham, but there was a bit of shoulder in there as well.
Australia really shouldn't have given the ball away there. They had plenty of players around and they just took the wrong option.
Likely to be one of the last attacks for the Germans. Muller in possession with Jacobi now behind her. And they'll come all the way out. A few dry patches starting to develop there in the German half. Muller-Weiland spins out against Parker, has Otter in support. Now inside the final minute. This the final attack then for Germany. Otter along the baseline and a good jab tackle from McMahon to ensure that Australia regain possession. Will they take the restart quickly? Yes, they will. Towards Blythe. Can she keep it in? No. Now, will Australia hustle for this one to try and get one last attack? Yeah, they'll have a chance. Final 30 seconds. Crossfield ball. Need to just get it in the D here and try and get some sort of outcome. Muller-Weiland plays it cool to Teshka. And you've got to say that was probably the last opportunity for Australia. Unless they can turn over possession quickly here. Hoffman, the goal scorer. Earns the free hit. Final few seconds then. And this one's going to finish one apiece. And we're going to our first penalty shootout of the tournament. Brace yourselves. Couple of minute turnaround. Then we will find out who wins this quarter-final between Australia and Germany via shootout. Full-time score though, Australia 1, Germany 1. So a majority of the players have done everything they can. 5 players will now be selected to take part in the shootout. Running in from the 23-metre line, one-on-one with the keeper, and they'll have just 8 seconds to beat both Barbara Vogel there in the German goal and Rachel Lynch from Australia. So one goalkeeper is going to go down as a hero here, and the other one is going to have a horrible night's sleep thinking about what could have been. There again, full-time confirmation score. Australia 1, Germany 1. So let's have a look back at some of the highlights in open play from the first and second half. It was Germany that scored pretty much against the run of play in that first half on 10 minutes through Eileen Hoffmann. Her little dink coming in from Stockel's cross, has that shot there, and then the deflection steering past the Australian goalkeeper. Australia came out in the second half though, much more up for it. And look at the celebration here. Off the back foot, the goal actually went to Ashley Nelson, and it was Emily Smith with the assist. And could have easily gone up there with that shot from Parker. Eventually clearing the threat. It was Parker's effort. Looked far post as well. Again, it was Nelson at full stretch, looking to add a second for her and Australia in the game. But the keeper getting an outstretched left foot to it. An important save, that one from Barbara Vogel, and she's got some important saves to make now as we head towards the penalty shootout. Exciting times, Nikki.
Yeah, absolutely. Germany did really well there to just cling on at the end, but definitely their performance of the tournament, obviously, so far.
Yeah, saving their best, and there are a few stats to support that. Australia with more circle penetrations and controlling the possession, not able to score from 4 penalty corners. The Germans not even getting 1 shooting opportunity from the penalty corner scenario anyway. And they all gather now as a team, huddled away to our right-hand side in front of the commentary box, listening into their coach, Yami Mulders. They break, and we'll see their 5 selected players, who it's going to be. Muller-Weiland looks like she's in amongst the pick. There's the German camp. The coach here can have some influence as to what takes place as well. Easton looks like she's keen to take one for Australia. Parker as well. Blythe all look like they're going to be contenders.
You'd normally have about maybe 7 or so, 8 that like to take them, and I guess it's whatever feels on the day as well. Some people, I've done it as well when it was penalty strokes and even on 1v1s. If I didn't feel right, I wouldn't take one. So I suppose it depends on that as well. And as the coach feels you're playing well, he'll step up and ask you.
Huge pressure on these 5 players. The result resting on their shoulders and on both sides goalkeepers. Never a nice way to get an outcome, but that's just the way of the game, unfortunately. That's where we are, and we need to determine a winner. Looks like White, Easton, Blythe, Parker and Messent for Australia. They're all gathered with goalkeeper Rachel Lynch. Now just waiting to see who the German 5 will be. All the players making their way out to the halfway line. Final words of advice from teammates. Which way are you going to go? 8 seconds, remember, to score the goal from the 23-metre line. There's the Aussies gathered in their huddle.
Does make a change from penalty strokes as well, because I've seen this few German players there, like Tina Bachmann, who would always be the one to take a penalty stroke. But because it's 1-1s, it's very different. A different group of players. Gives
the goalkeeper more of a chance as well. I always think, you know, one-on-one stroke, you've got to favour the attacker, but from the 23, 8 seconds on the clock, goalkeeper's got a bit more of a chance.
Yeah, especially depends on where they come out, but a lot of them got very good at it. They try and panic the forward and see and try and make them make a mistake.
Well, how accurate will they be from the P spot?
Ball. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly much prefer this method of deciding a game.
Probably to use a couple balls.
Looks like Blythe is going to be the first to go for Australia. Madonna Blythe then from the 23 against Barbara Vogel.
The other goalkeeper, is she supposed to be over here? Outside the circle of the pitch?
We're just waiting for another judge. No, the keeper can stay there if she wants.
We have to wait still. Okay.
It's business time. Madonna Blythe goes first for Australia after both sides finished 1-1.
Just waiting for the judges and
the rest of the team huddled on the halfway line. There's Barbara Vogel, the German goalkeeper. Vogel versus Blythe. Just waiting for another match official. We've got to get the official 8 seconds on this. Kelly Hudson of New Zealand also down there as the reserve umpire, keeping an eye on the 8-second clock. Time for Vogel to chill out, focus. What's going through her head right now?
Well, I'm sure she's actually probably watched all these players take 1v1s. We saw in the Europeans, Maddie Hinch had a great tournament there for England. She, before the tournament, or before the 1v1, she actually had a sheet of paper with the different ways
okay,
people
there we
go.
go. Goalie, get ready. Australia, get ready.
People at home, get ready. This is what it's come down to in this quarter-final. Australia versus Germany will be decided on a shootout. Blythe comes out first for Australia to try and get past Vogel. Comes on the reverse stick and now makes a bit of space for herself to walk it in and opens the scoring. 1-0 Australia. Cracking start. Blythe at her very best. Thought she might go there. Keeper commits. Vogel goes to ground, then struggles to get back from there. Good deception and a great start. Next up for Germany is going to be Muller.
Player ready, goalie ready.
Julia Muller against Rachel Lynch. Muller then comes in, looks to hit it first time. Lynch gets a stick on it, brings Muller down, and then Lynch hits it away to safety.
Yeah.
Clean tackle.
Good. Clean by the goalie.
So
No, it's clean by the goalie.
confirmation there that it was clean by the goalie. We can hear the video umpires there.
Please wait.
Great tackle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Advantage Australia.
Clean tackle there.
Next up for Australia will be Kelly White.
Player ready, goalie ready.
White then 8 seconds on the clock to try and score. Takes it reverse stick and tucks it under the keeper. 2-0 Australia. Not bad. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Germany then
Anyway,
need to score this. Need to stay within touching distance of Australia.
player ready, goalie ready.
It's Mavers now that comes forward for Germany. Just opts to back in and tucks it under the keeper. Germany have one back. Australia 2, Germany 1. That's more like it. On target with that and opting to back into the Australian goalkeeper here. Just keep her guessing. Reverse stick or open stick. Opted open and slotted it home. Georgie Parker now for Australia. Can they maintain their lead?
Player ready, goalie ready.
Parker drives to the head of the D. Vogel comes to close down the angle. Can't deny Parker though. Wonderful reverse stick finish. Australia 3 up. It's Australia 3, Germany 1 in the shootout. 3 from 3 for Australia. Parker on target with the third. Teschke now for Germany.
Player ready, goalie ready.
Teschke must score here. Give her side a chance of getting through. Goes all the way to the baseline, carries it and walks it home. And Lynch is going to complain here that it went across the baseline, but Amy Hassick has got the baseline covered.
It was in.
Walks it around here. Oh, she's got a point there in that video replay.
It's on the line for me. Yeah.
Hassick saying it was on the line for her.
Looks like it's on the line to me, yeah? Right here. Next one. Next one.
Adam Commins screaming on for them to change their decision. The goal will stand.
Please wait. Player ready, goalie ready.
This is Messent now for Australia. Weighing up her options, goes reverse stick and gets it in there, creeps in. A bobbly one, but a fourth for Australia. Messent converting her chance from the penalty spot.
Yep.
Great shootout run that. Hit the keeper, fortunate bobble. Scrambles its way through. Now then, Germany must score this corner. They must score this shootout.
Player ready, goalie ready.
Germany then to stay in contention for a place in the quarterfinals, and they've been blown out. It's a victory for Australia. Australia winning the quarterfinal and going through to the semis. Well, it was Stockel that it fell to that chance. Lynch stayed low, pinched it off a stick. Stockel here running in, tries to fake the dummy. Lynch gets a stick on it, sweeps it away to safety, and Australia are through to the semi-finals. So the hero of the day, Rachel Lynch, the Australian goalkeeper. Australia converting all 4 of their corners up until that point. Muller missing hers, and Stockel missing hers too for Germany. So quite a game. Germany pushed Australia every step of the way. But Australia win it on a shootout. Congratulations to them. They march on through to the semi-finals. There's confirmation of the full-time score in the shootout. Australia 5, Germany 3. Well, it went all the way, didn't it? Breathe, breathe, everybody breathe. Australia are through to the semi-finals. Commiserations to Germany, who went beyond the call of duty there to make a game of it. Final thoughts on that one, Nikki?
Yeah, absolutely, all the way. I didn't expect that at all, but yeah, there was just a couple of poor shuttle penalties there by Germany. But I think Australia probably deserved the win.
Well, disappointment for Germany in their camp. They'll go into the bottom half of the draw now. And congratulations to Australia. Well done. 4 from 4 in those shuttles, in the shootout. Commiserations again for Germany. Look at Australia gathering there. They didn't need to use all 5 of their strikers. Blythe, White, Parker and Messent all on target for Oz. Muller and Stockel missing for Germany. There was Muller's clean tackle from Lynch. Great save. And this was the second, the important one, the all-important save right at the end there. And Lynch just holding her ground right onto the flat stick there from Leah Stockel. Could have just slowed it down, but one to reflect on and have nightmares about this evening. There's the reaction from the Australian camp, and there they are now with live pictures. Listening to Adam Commons there, who's been vocal all game. Talking there to his team about the shootout. And that's what it came down to separate these two sides. There's a look at some of the stats after full time. 1 goal apiece. Germany, more shots on target, but plenty more circle penetrations from the Aussies. Goals for Eileen Hoffmann for Germany and Ashley Nelson for Australia in regulation time. And a stack more goals in the shootout. Australia winning it by 4 goals to 2 in the end. Good day in the office for Australia, and a path through to the semi-finals. They'll join the Netherlands there. They're already guaranteed a semi-final berth. And here's confirmation of all the results so far on quarter-final day. Quarter-final Thursday here in Argentina, and the Netherlands beat New Zealand this morning by 1-0. Australia 1-1 with Germany after full time, but winning it in the shootout phase to seal their place in the semi-finals. Who will join them? England or China in that 6:30 game, or Argentina or Korea in that second quarter-final of the evening phase? So we're halfway there through the quarter-finals, and we know that Australia will be in the semis. We also know the Netherlands will be there. Hopefully you'll be there as well. Thanks again for your company. We'll see you soon.